What's up, YouTube? So I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've been wanting to make a YouTube channel, basically about group discussions, and kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever seen 23andMe Lockdown, but a lot of his stuff is pretty cool. You know, he had a lot of the same issues. Well, I can't say he had a lot of the same issues. The only issue that we had similar was prison. You know, I'm not too sure if he's been down the drug aspect of life, but I know that he was in jail and he has people come on and he speaks with them about the corruption inside the prison systems and all sorts of stuff that really happens in the joint. And it's crazy because like everything he says it's true. You know, there's a lot of corruption in there. The COs they're locked up just as long as we are. You know, they're in there working doubles and triples, and you know they get to go home to their family, but it's rarely that them guys get to go home and spend time with their family because they're always in there having to deal with us assholes. So, you know, I'm not saying that everybody in prisons are assholes, but you have your fair share of idiots in there that don't know how to act. But I've been wanting to do something like that. You know, he inspired me to want to spread my message and hope to get a following of some sort so we can have discussions and talk about things that they're probably not getting to talk about. You know, because when I was in active addiction, there's a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. But I didn't want to talk about it with anybody because I didn't feel that they cared. Or it was more of the fact that I didn't care about myself to care about what they thought, if that makes any sense. It might not to you guys, but when you're in active addiction, you know, the only thing that you're worried about is drugs. You know, everything is secondary. Drugs are number one, always. You know, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. Seen a lot of crazy stuff for the 10 years that I was using drugs. You know, from a little 18-year-old on, you know, instead of, I graduated high school, thank God, you know, but instead of furthering my education, I chose to look for guidance in the wrong people, I would guess. You know, I grew up with my sister and my mother. My mother was a single mother. She had to do everything herself. You know, my father was always in prison, so she did the best she could to take care of me and my sister to what she could do. You know what I mean? Because a woman can't raise a man, and that's just facts. You know, it's just facts. You know, a woman can't raise a man. Some women aren't comfortable speaking with their son about issues that they're having, you know, because they don't know how to address it because they're not a man. And there was a lot of things that I was longing for because I didn't have a father. And I know there's a lot of people that can relate to this, you know. But I'm going to put this out there right now that I have a great relationship with my father now. Although I don't know what it's going to be like. He's in prison now. He's been in there for about 10 years. And he's getting out soon. You know, ever since I got clean and got on the right track, I keep money on the phone. I help him when I can, which is when I can, because my kids and my family come first, and if I have something that I can give him, then I will. But my kids and my family are my sole priority. They are my sole priority. I wake up and go to bed, and every hour in between that is for them. You know, I love them with all my heart, and they literally keep me on the straight and narrow. Along with my wife, she is great. She is one of the best people that I could have ever came across. I'm serious. Like, she's helped me out in so many ways. It's not even funny. You know, I've always had anger issues. I've had a lot of issues in my life, you know, because of the guidance that I was searching for. I was longing for something that wasn't there, and I got myself buried into a situation I couldn't get out of. I was using drugs. I was just doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Stuff that normal people don't do. And you know what's the craziest part is I justified every action that I did. I justified everything from all the shitty situations I put myself in to all the shitty things I did to people. I always had a justification for it. I always figured out a way to tell myself that it was okay to do these things. And I look back on it now and I hate myself for the things that I've done. But I've took my issues that I've had in the past to Facebook, and I've spoke with a lot of people that I did wrong and I did dirty, and it was just part of the game. You know, it was part of the drug life, and a lot of them forgave me. You know, there's a couple that never reached back out to me, but I mean, you know, if they're gonna hold a grudge, they're gonna hold a grudge. But I tried to pay my society. I tried to pay it forward and reach out to the people that I hurt and did harm to let them know that I changed my life, and you know, I wish them the best, and I'm sorry I did what I did, and if we could situate it to the point where things were okay, you know, and most of them were pretty cool with it. And that made me feel good because they knew that they weren't getting the real Shane. They were getting the drug addict Shane, you know, because the real Shane is a good dude. And I know that I'm a good person. I go out of my way to take care of what I got to take care of. But I'm also kind, loving, caring. I have morals. I have beliefs. You know, like I hold the doors open for the old lady or for anybody. You know, because that's what I was taught. You're supposed to hold the doors for your elderly and your grown ups or even anybody. You know what I mean? That's just the right thing to do. You know, and you know, I didn't do the right thing for a long time, so I catch myself doing a lot of the right things, and I get really happy, and it makes me feel good that I know, knowing that I helped somebody, or I tried to do something good for somebody. So this is the reason why I want to start this channel. Okay, I don't want to rant too much and get you guys bored and be like, freaking kid doesn't shut up. But I just can't stress it enough. You know, I really want to start a channel and have a little community. Have a little community. You know, even if you're using, if you're not using, like I just want to hear stories. I want to hear things. It's like good things. I want to hear good things. I don't want to. I really don't want to hear the negative things. I want to hear the stuff that you've been through and what you've came of it. You know, and the people that are still messed up, I want to hear good stories of them trying to get their life back in order, trying to get their kids back, whatever they got to do. I was fortunate enough to never have a drug problem when my kids were brought into this world. I was clean, and I'm grateful that I was, because I know if I had a drug addiction while I had my kids, that wouldn't have changed anything. It just wouldn't have, because the drugs were way more powerful than anything, like kids, wife, family. Like drugs was my, it was just everything, you know. I couldn't get away from it. Like everything that I did was to get drugs. It was my sole job, was to figure out how I was getting high for that day. And it's just a horrible way to live, you know. And I see it. Like I drive to work and I just see people, and I just know what they're doing. You know, I was there. I was that guy that was fucking asked out. I was asked out. I was fucking grubbed out. I had shitty clothes, holes in my shoes. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about my appearance. I didn't care about what people had to say to me. I just wanted what I wanted, and that was drugs. You know, and it's just nuts, because I'm always on Facebook and I see like the kids that I grew up with, and it's just sad. It's sad. It sucks, because it's not only them that have to go through the pain. It's their family. It's their friends. It's the people that love them that really, really, really have to deal with it. You know, like you don't see what you're doing to people until it's too late. You know what I mean? But it's never too late if you get your shit together. Because I thought it was too late, and that's why I kept running back to the drugs, because that's what I could justify being like, oh well, my family doesn't care about me, and Nobody gives a fuck about me, so why would I want to do anything to better my life? You know what I mean? And it was absolutely insane that I thought like that, because the drug really makes you think that it's okay. And it's just not, dude. It's not. Like, I live a totally different life now, and it's fucking unbelievable. It's great. It's the best feeling to know that my kids aren't going to have to grow up with somebody that's not in the picture. Because that's how I grew up. I grew up without my father being in the picture, and I was always longing for him. I always wanted him in the picture. I always wanted him around. I always wanted him fucking to be with me and building my tree houses when I was a kid and just being there, you know? And it was never there because he was caught up in drugs, you know? And like, me being able to see that after the fact, doing drugs myself, it was just, it's crazy. It's crazy because I can't hold any resentment because I know what it does to people. You know, the shit is fucking crazy. You know, this ain't a channel where I'm going to argue with people about whether it's a fucking a choice or a disease or any of that. I don't care what you guys think, okay? I know what it did to me. I know what it's doing to millions of people around the world. And I know that I'm trying to make some change. I'm trying to do something that's going to better our society, our people, the people that deserve to live good, like I live now. You know, I never always lived great, but I live good now. I live awesome. You know, and you don't realize the little things until they're gone. You know, like the little stupid things, like going to get a drink out of your fridge when you want. that's that's true story. You know, go do something stupid and go get locked up. Tell me when you're gonna go grab a soda out of your fridge, because it ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to wait till chow. Then you're gonna go in the chow hall and you're gonna get some fucking crazy ass juice that tastes like shit. And then you're gonna be like, yeah, well, I know what the hell he's talking about. I know what he's talking about when you can't go grab a Coke out of your freaking fridge. It sucks. Okay? Or just using the bathroom without somebody staring at you every day of your life. Like, these things really, really suck. Okay? But you know what sucks even more? Is when you go in there with a mentality of not trying to change anything and just staying in your ways. You're going to make that comfortable. You're going to make prison comfortable for yourself. And I did that a couple times. You know, God forbid I only had a couple short bids where I was able to go in there, act like a knucklehead, not change any of my ways, and come back out and expect fucking different results. Because it didn't happen. What happened was I went in, I did the stupid shit that I was doing on the outside, and then got out unprepared to live life again. So not even 3 days into my release, I was already back on the fucking mission. And that happens all the time. That's a regular fucking thing. The recidivism, I think I said it right, recidivism rate is, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's because people go in there, and instead of trying to look for help, and I can't say that I live in Massachusetts, so Massachusetts county prisons aren't the greatest for rehabilitation. It's basically, there's no rehabilitation. There's rehabilitation if you take it serious and you don't want to go there anymore. That's the only rehabilitation, because it sucks. And that's the only thing that'll make you not want to come back anymore. But if you make it comfortable to where you know everybody in there and you can live comfortable and you got food and like, because when you're a drug addict, fucking, and you're living on the street, you're living like shit, dude. You fucking, you don't know where you're gonna stay. You know, you don't know what couch you're gonna sleep on, or if you're even gonna sleep on a couch. You might be sleeping over on the fucking railroad tracks if you're lucky. You know, if you're not dead, fucking, from shooting a fucking shit bag. So, it's just nuts, dude. It's just nuts. You gotta fucking, you gotta get out of that life. We gotta get out of that life. We gotta figure out a way to change. All these people that watch this, subscribe. Let's try to make a difference. You know, people that have used drugs before, people that haven't used drugs before, and you guys want to put your input, you know, you're more than welcome to. I'm down for discussions. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what the fuck is cooking. I want to know what you guys are thinking of, man, for real. So I'm gonna make another video shortly. I got a couple of friends that I've spoke out with, and they want to be part of it. I want to make something. I want to make it work. I want to set something up. So leave a comment down below if you think this is a good idea. This is my first video. They'll get better. You know, I'm just giving you a little rundown of my situation. And I can go into more details. And I want you guys to go into more details too. I want to know what's up. Alright, thanks guys. I'm out.